Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about whether or not you should prioritize money or the gym. So as a young guy, right, I mean, these are the two things that pretty much every young dude is focused on or is being told to focus on, right? So there gets to be a point where you start to ask yourself, like, okay, do I prioritize going to the gym 6 days a week, right? Bodybuilding, doing CrossFit, doing cardio, dieting extremely hard, right? Whatever form of fitness or dieting you like to choose, right? Which should you prioritize, that, or should you prioritize earning money, working, focusing on a business, working on investments, working on a side hustle, right? Like that's the predicament I think a lot of guys find themselves in, because it's like, a lot of young guys, let's be honest, right? We don't have a lot of skills, right? We're not developed. We don't have advanced degrees, right? So you're basically working these retail entry-level jobs. You're doing Uber. You're just doing menial grunt work, right? Immigrant type work. And one thing you have to realize is that in the beginning, right, especially, when you're young, working these jobs is everyone's working these types of jobs when they're young, right? Basically, I'm not saying everybody, but, for the good chunk of guys and girls who are between 18 and 30, it's like you're working these boring retail, Uber, you're doing these jobs that don't really pay out that much, but, you do them because it's like, what else are you going to do, right? You're going to sit there and not do anything and be a freeloader? No. But I will say, this is just my opinion, right? And I'm not saying that you should do this, but I think it's a good idea because, I've been very focused on fitness in the past, right? I've had phases of my life where I'm going to the gym 6 days a week, right? I'm focused on diet, I'm focused on everything, right? But I got to a point, during one of those phases where I was like, you know what, man, I really want to I want to move out of my parents' house. I want to achieve some financial freedom, right? I wanted to get away from my parents, right? And I want to live on my own, right? I want to buy some assets. I want to become successful, right? And I got to this point where I was like, yeah, the gym's great, right? Doing all this heavy lifting is great. My body looks great and everything. But what am I doing it for, right? And personally, me, I just enjoy, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it took me a while to really grasp this, but I like fitness. I mean, obviously for the look, the look that I get, the physique that I have as a result of running and lifting and eating correctly. But I like it most importantly for the feeling I get, right? Like after a long run or after a hard lifting session, like you feel good, right? You feel, it gets you out of your head. It gives you those endorphins. It gives you dopamine. It gives you serotonin, right? So I did it more so for that, right? But, it's all dependent upon what you want, right? Right now, I'm in a money-making season in my life, right? For the past 3 years. I'm 24, right? So, in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Safety and security come first, right? So, lifting and having a great physique, I think that comes after money. Like, I think that's important, but I think money's a slightly more important. Now, let me explain. Should you work all the time and have no time for leisure and have no social life and have no friends and no girlfriend or anything like that? No, I don't believe that. Should you not hang around your family? Should you completely isolate yourself at all times? No. Do I think you should do that 75% of the time? Yes. Right? Let me explain. So, your time is limited, right? Working 2 jobs, working long hours, working on your business, working on your internet business, whatever, right? Or doing a combination of all of that, that's very time consuming, right? And like I said, if we're going based off of the importance of financial freedom, like I talk about a lot, the importance of that and the lifestyle and the type of things that open up as a result of you materializing that outcome, it goes to say, I think it would go to say that it stands to reason that money would be the most important thing, because that's the ingredient that's going to make you the desired meal that you want, the desired lifestyle that you want, right? So if you're, thinking about, damn, do I prioritize? Can I do both, or should I be an extremist in one end? If you're going to be an extremist, I think money is the way to be an extremist, because think about it, right? If you become an extremist in fitness, right? Unless you're doing fitness for like you want to be a bodybuilder, or you want to be an online coach and train people on how to get lean or how to put on muscle, then go all in on fitness, right? Train 6 days a week, eat 5 to 6 meals a day, right? Bulk cut, do all the things that bodybuilders and personal trainers do. But if you're just a casual guy, right, and you don't really like care too much about fitness, and you're kind of just like, you know, you just do it because it feels good and because you want to just look decent, right? You just don't want to be a fat piece of crap. I think it's best to focus all in on money, right? And that's not to say that you don't hit the gym at all. That's not to say that you just completely avoid the gym. But that's to say that instead of going to the gym 6 days a week, you go 3 times a week, right? And on some days you double up on work, right? Like you go home and, hey, you know, instead of the gym today, I'm gonna focus on content creation, or I'm gonna go on Uber, or I'm gonna go work this second job, or I'm gonna work on getting the degree in the job field that's gonna make me a lot of money, right? That's what that means. So I think money is more important, because hear me out, right? If money is not that important, right? Like for example, take you doing the extreme for both these things, fitness and money. Unless it's for a business, if you do fitness for the extreme, right, you're still gonna have to work a shitty job for a long time, right? Because if you can't work on your business, right, or you don't prioritize working on a business, or working on a side hustle, or working another job, right, or doing something that's going to get you more money, like a certified skill in something or a trade, if you're not doing that, then great, you look great, you look awesome from all this grinding and working hard and doing all this stuff in the gym, but what result is that going to get you, right? Because if you're still, you know, living the same life, you're still working the same crappy job, who cares what you look like, right? Because, you know, I'm all for looks, I'm all for a great physique. I think every guy should be in extremely good shape. But if you still live a shitty life, like you still don't have a lot of money, you still have to work a crappy job, and you still have no time, then it's like, you can wait. The fitness grind and all that can wait, right? And some people say, can you go extreme in both? I don't think so, right? There's only 24 hours in the day, right? And to be honest, working to the extreme every single day with no leisure and no fun at all during the week, right, on a monthly and yearly basis is insane, right? I did that for a while and I stopped because it got to the point where I was going so crazy, right? I had no girlfriend, I didn't have any friends, I didn't have any leisure time, that I started to get anxiety. I got sick a lot, right? Like I was fucking tired as shit every day. And, you know, I'm not saying that you can't do that, but there's a better way to do it, right? And, you know, we're speaking about work and fitness and these two areas specifically here. So, sorry guys, the sun's really crazy right now. So anyways, I think it's best for young guys, right, in their 20s. I think it's best for you to focus on money, right? Because you can do fitness later on in life, right? You know, think of all the social media influencers that are financially free, that don't work a job. They have all day, right? And they're in their 30s and 40s. You can always get in great shape in the future, right? But you can't always get your time back to create resources, right? And I think resources are important in life. I think money's more important than health in the beginning, right? Because you can get your health back, right? Unless you severely injure yourself, you can get lost sleep back. You can shred body fat in the future, right? You can put on muscle again in the future, right? In your 30s. But, you know, I mean, yeah, and you could argue that you could do the same thing for money, right? Like if you pissed away your 20s and you just focused on fitness. Hey, how's it going? Good. I'm FaceTiming.
I know.
Yeah. Where are you guys going?
Down to watch the sunset.
Oh, there you go. Have fun. So yeah, guys, sorry, I talking to a neighbor, getting distracted. Anyways, you could argue you could do the same thing for fitness and money, right? But I think that money is very important in the beginning of life, because that's gonna set you up so you can do whatever you want. Think about it, right? When you get to that point where you're financially free, and yeah, obviously you're gonna be working, but you'll be working less, you have all day to focus on bodybuilding if you want, or focusing on fitness, or focusing on biohacking, or focusing on whatever form of fitness that you want to entertain, right? So I think it's best not that you completely avoid working out and eating right, but as long as you get sleep and as long as you get decent nutrition, right? And you know, maybe you go for a walk a couple days a week, or maybe you hit the gym 2 to 3 times a week. If you can do that, bro, go all in on money, right? Go all in on working those extra hours, right? Working that overtime, working that second job, working on that online business that you want to get involved in, right? And I think you'll thank yourself later, right? Because like I said, if you take the extreme of just doing fitness and everything, that's great. But if you're still working a shitty job well into your 30s, right? It's not going to be fun, right? And it's not going to be, you're not going to be the best fitness guy you want to be, right? Or whatever, right? Online trainer, bodybuilder, etc. So I'm just, you know, I just thought of this recently, and I think it's important to really conceptualize and think about, because like I said, when you're young, it's like you have so much energy and you have so much motivation and want, and you're more naive, right? And I think it's best spent, you know, focusing on getting your money right. Because like I said, when you set yourself up with a base of financial freedom for your future in your 30s and 40s, you can do whatever you want. You can be a spiritual guru, you can be a pickup artist, you can do whatever you want, right? You don't have to really sit there and have to deal with the consequences of having a schedule and a boss and a, you know, a staff of people that you don't particularly want to be around. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.